My name is Mary and this is Quinn Inc. If you haven't, please subscribe and please like the video and comment below too so I know that you actually watched this. And if you're wondering what you're subscribing to, you're going to be subscribing to Trick or Boo, my Halloween series. This is my crochet bag that we are crocheting. You're also going to learn how to crochet, you're going to learn how to sew beads up the side of your bag as you're sewing it. But today in this video, which is part number 2, we're going to learn how to sew on this beautiful button. So let's get started. Okay everyone, we are back and now we're going to learn how to sew on our button to our Trick or Boo crochet baggie. So grab your needles and your thread and let's get to threading. And now that we already have where our button is going to be on our flap, where it's going to come out of our flap, and then where it's going to sit on our crochet bag. So, you're going to want to pull out some thread. And I would say don't pull out too much. Maybe about this much would be good because you're just sewing on a button and you're only going to go through it about 2 times. So this is how much thread you will need. And because you have a large eye hole, you're just going to put your thread through that eye hole like this and pull right through. Now we're going to double it to give it more strength on the body of the bag. So what I like to do is I like to line up the 2 strings like this, pinch them together, wrap it around my finger like this, grab the tail end and pull it over, and then grab the loop and pull it through like this. And just pull on the longer tail with my right hand, holding on with my left. So that's how you make your knot to keep your needle, keep your thread on your needle. Okay, so we know where our button is going to go. It's going to go right between these 2 stitches right here. I'm going to put this down, so I'm going to put my button right over that needle like this, and then I'm going to pull my needle out. I'm going to take my thread, and I normally like to go in the back of the button, so I'm going to go back here and try and feel for the top of the button. There it is, and pull right through. And you're not going to pull too much, so you're going to flip it over and see how far you've got. Now this should be good enough, so I'm going to go back through the bottom like this and poke it through, flip it over while holding it, pulling up that thread. And then I'm going to go through this loop of the thread like this. And this is going to secure my button. And you kind of want to do this slowly, don't do it too fast. There we go. So that's nice and secure. So we know where it's going to want to be. Now we went in the bottom. And a really cool thing you can do is go through the stitches of your bag like this. So you want to go through the stitches if you want this to be seamless. And you don't want anyone to see these. So just go through the stitches, come back through like this, so there's your needle, poke it back a little bit and kind of feel for your button. Or you can just grab your button, pull it over like this. This will make your thread seem seamless. And sometimes it will do that. So pull it through gently like that, and there you go. It's nice and seamless. you're going to see your little tail, and then I'm going to pull it through the top like this, pushing it through, and then I'm going to pull it back and grab my needle. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to want to go down. So I'm going to turn it because I want to go down and go through my stitches again, and then turn my bag to poke it through, just the needle, not the yarn. And we're going to go into the bottom of this hole right here. And I like to do this 2 times. Give me 1 second, my thread is kind of in the way. Now, see, I pulled in it too much, so I'm going to pull it back a little bit and then try and feel for that. And then I'm going to pull it through slowly, making sure that I made it slightly seamless. I kind of did and I kind of didn't. That's okay. So what I like to do is I like to go back through twice. So I'm going to go back through one more time, and then I'm going to go under. This is my last time doing this, so this is going to be really quick. And I'm going to go through the stitches and pull this over because I want to go on the top, making sure that the back right here does not get tangled. And it looks good, actually. And we're going to pull it through one more time through the back on the bottom. Now you can do it any way you want to sew on your button. I do it twice to secure it because I don't like my buttons loose. We're going to remove this while keeping my finger there and open that hole up and put my button right through. And then I'm going to take a look at it. Now, the nice thing about your stitches is you can pull them apart. So if you don't like it on this side, you can pull your button out and you can move it over like this. Now if your button is too big, this may not work. So there you go. And that is your button. That's how you sew it on. Now, we're going to fasten off real quick. It's going to be inside the bag, so no one is going to see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through one of these stitches right here. Now we're not going to sew our button again. We're just going to go through the stitch, just like this. And I am going to find, as you can see, this little black stitch right here. I'm going to go right underneath it. Okay, and this is how we're going to fasten off without anyone seeing another knot. You're going to pull it through like this and make yourself a loop. Go back through that loop like this, making another loop. Then pull on the loop tight. Then go back through. Then you made a new loop. You're going to go back through that loop. We're not making any more loops. Now we're just going to pull nice and slowly like this. Hold that. You want to hold that knot and pull on it nice and tight. And now you have a knot in the back, and all you have to do is take your scissors, and you don't want to cut it too far up. And then if you don't like it, just take your scissors and move your hands out of the way and cut them off. And that is how you sew on your button. Nice and done. Very easy and very quick. Okay, so we are now going to move on to the next portion of our bag. Alrighty, so that was part number 2 of the Halloween series, Trick or Boo Crochet Bag with Beads. And in this part 2, you just learned how to sew on this button. So I hope you had some fun. In the next video, we're going to learn how to sew on the ghost. So I hope to see you in part number 3. Bye bye.